Gather round, friends, for I have a tale to tell. A story of a woman who died, went to heaven, and then came back to earth. No, this isn't a fairy tale. It happened right here in 1915. In a small town in Georgia lived a poor sharecropper named Essie Dunbar. One day she suffered a terrible epileptic seizure. When doctors arrived at her home, they saw that she had stopped breathing. They felt for a pulse, turned her head, she had no face. They pronounced her dead. And so her family wasted no time. They placed her body in a wooden coffin, lowered her into the ground and covered her with dirt. But just as the cemetery was about to leave, Essie's sister, Hattie, she had been working in the fields and had no idea that their sister had died. When Hattie heard the news, she rushed over to the freshly dug grave and begged the ministers to let her see her sister one last time. They agreed and slowly began to dig up the coffin. When it was finally lifted from the ground, Hattie was heartbroken, but as she reached out to touch her sister's face, something incredible happened. Essie suddenly sat up, alive, breathing, and smiling. The people around her screamed in terror. Some ran away. Others fainted, but Essie just looked around. She climbed out of the coffin as if she had just woken from a nap and asked everyone what happened. It took a moment for the townspeople to realize that she was actually alive, and when they finally did, they were overjoyed. Hattie immediately knelt beside her sister and asked, "Are you hurt anywhere? Do you feel anything?" Essie replied, "No, not really. I feel fine." And as if to prove it, she stood up, brushed the dirt off her clothes and walked over to a nearby house to get a drink of water. News of Essie's miraculous recovery spread like wildfire. People came from all over to see the woman who had died and come back to life. And although doctors were baffled by her condition, Essie seemed perfectly healthy. She went on to live for 47 more years, passing away peacefully in her sleep in 1962. To this day, people still whisper tales of the amazing Essie Dunbar, the woman who was buried alive but never stayed buried, for even in death, her spirit was free, and her story will live on forever.